Okay, Wednesday's intermediate B, CBAI play and discuss, and thankfully we have the right board on board one. So, any questions on board one that anybody would like to discuss?
Yeah, I'd like you to go through it, bidding and things.
Okay, yeah. So, I think it should go pass from the north. Okay, one diamond from the east with the intention of rebidding 2 diamonds. Pass from the south, 1 spade from west. Pass, 2 diamonds from east. Pass. And now west has a tricky little problem. It's not easy for them. It's not easy for them. But I think it's worth with the 6-card suit. Jumping to
3
spades. So I don't like 3 no trump. And I think if you do jump to 3 spades, what should that give East the encouragement to do?
4.
Bid 4, yeah.
4, yeah.
You might not make it, by the way. You might not make it, okay? But it's not a bad contract.
Yes.
Okay? If they lead a club, you might make it. If they lead a heart, you might be able to make it. I mean, the club finesse is wrong, isn't it? The spade finesse is wrong. If either of those finesses are right, you'll make it, won't you?
Yeah.
Thomas, could you please mute everybody?
I don't want to mute everybody because then some people can't unmute themselves. But I am muting them if there's background noise comes on. Yeah. You'll see that that's why I'm leaving that screen open. Okay. So on this hand, did you get to 4 spades?
3. No.
Yes.
-1, yeah.
Yeah, but as I said, if you get to 4 spades, I think that's a reasonable contract to get to. You have 24 high card points between you. You have shortness. You have a good fit. And if either the club finesse is on or the spade finesse is on, this contract will make, won't it?
Yeah.
So it's not one finesse, is it? It's one finesse of 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a good contract. You might not make it, it's a good contract. If they lead a club, you're under more pressure. But if they don't lead a club, you might have a chance to make it. Let's say they lead a heart, which would be my preferred lead. Okay? I'd play small because I want them to play the ace. And if they don't play the ace, I'm going to win with the king. And what do you lead next? A diamond. And now I think you can't be stopped from making the contract. But if they get off to a club lead, I think you're going to go down. I just don't think you can make the tricks if they lead a club through you. Okay? Does that help?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on to board 2. Now, any questions on board 2?
Yeah.
What question do you have?
We were playing 5 and strong, so we opened 1 no trump.
And I think over that auction it's going to go, unless you have a system, right? And I don't even know why you'd even do it on this hand. But I think if the auction goes 1 no trump, pass, 3 no trump, pass, pass, pass. Yeah?
Yeah, and that gets savaged on a spade.
Again, that's your system, isn't it? You got caught not because you did something bad, but because your system, you had to open what bid with the East? 1 no trump, didn't you?
Yeah.
And your partner's bid of 3 no trump is absolutely standard. Nobody did anything wrong there. Just because you get a bad board doesn't mean you've done something wrong. Okay? Now, if you're playing a weak no trump, I think you should end up there anyway. If you're playing weak no trump, what way is the bidding likely to go?
1 diamond.
1 diamond, perfect. Now, I don't think South has a bid. Does anybody else?
No.
So they pass. What will the West Hand bid?
Well, on this, they bid 2 diamonds on our
Two
game.
diamonds shows 6 to 9. It's a little bit thin, isn't it? I prefer 3 diamonds. And over 3 diamonds, East might still bid what contract?
2 no trump.
No, over 3 diamonds, they might bid.
Oh, 3 no trump.
Yeah, it might end up the exact same contract. Okay? Because you don't want to be in 5 diamonds.
No.
Does 5 diamonds make?
No.
You lose 2 spades and a club. And you can't do anything about that, can you? So 3 no trump is your best chance. If they don't lead a spade, you might actually have a chance of making 3 no trump, mightn't you? You have 9 on top. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All happy with that board?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, somebody wanted a question or a discussion on. So we'll just, if anybody asks me to do a board, I'll give you the bidding. And if not, we'll try and push through the ones we don't need to discuss. So somebody asked for number 3. So this is, in my opinion, again, it's only my opinion. Okay. It doesn't mean I'm right. It's just what I like to do, my style. Pass. Now, the West hand, again, many people will open this, and I think it's worth it with the 8 diamonds. Even though the quality of the suit isn't great, I'd still open this hand, but I wouldn't open it 4 diamonds. What would I likely open it?
3 diamonds.
3, yeah, because I've 8 of them. Okay. Now, what does the North hand bid? Tricky one, by the way.
We
3
double.
hearts. No, 3 hearts.
I don't like overcalling with 4 of them at the 3 level.
Sorry, just a question. I thought if you had 4, you preempted at the 4 level. If you had, sorry, 8.
Well, you can, but you're vulnerable and the quality of the suit isn't great, is it?
Okay.
And the Queen of Spades isn't full value necessarily because it's Doubleton. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I was non-vulnerable, I'd be quite happy to hear a 4 diamond bid. If I was third in hand, I'd be quite happy to hear a 4 diamond bid. But I'm consistent on this, haven't I? What do I say about overcalling and preempting ahead of partner? What do I like to have generally? Good quality in the suit I'm bidding. Now, the reason why I'm bidding 3 diamonds on this is because I have 8 diamonds. That's why I would open it.
Yeah.
If I had 7 diamonds, I wouldn't open that 3 diamonds ahead of partner. Yeah. Now, the North hand is 19 points. So it's a tricky bid by North. Most experts, I think, with the North hand will either double or bid 3 no trump.
Sorry, Donald, I'm actually looking through my computer here and I can see the report.
So 3 diamonds it has been bid. What did you all bid over 3 diamonds?
Doubled it.
I think double is reasonable. I think 3 no trump is reasonable as well.
You know, the SOS, you know, because I was on the North and I found that difficult to bid. I didn't know what to bid because I didn't have the 5 cards.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. That's why I'm saying to you, double isn't perfect because of the SOS. But why do I want you to do it? Why is it acceptable on this hand?
You've a lot of points.
Because you've so many points. Absolutely nail on the head. When you get to 19 or 20 points, sometimes you have to make a bid because your partner's not going to be able to, are they?
Yeah, no.
So again, it's a toss-up between 3 no trump and
Double.
3 and double. It really, on the hand, when I'm looking at the hand, I'll tell you what I want to bid. Well, honestly, I want to double now because I see the south hand. But I'm being honest with you to say that I think lots of people would bid 3 no trump on this hand. And the principle is, if they've got between 6 to 10, they've about 8. If I've 19 and 8 is
27.
27 from 40 leaves
13.
my partner will have 6 or 7 points on average. So my 19 should be enough to give us that.
Game.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't like 3 no trump is because I've only 1 stop in diamonds and I don't have,
Yes.
well, I don't have clubs.
Yeah.
But the reason why I like double is because partner will strive to bid
Hearts.
will bid a major. Yeah, will strive to bid a major. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If it does go double, I expect it to go pass 3 hearts, pass 4 hearts.
Please, may I ask,
Yeah.
Michael?
Thomas.
I beg your pardon, Thomas. That was one I was going to ask about. Can you actually bid with just 3 points there?
You
in the
have
south?
to bid.
You have to.
to. You've no choice. That's the difference over the double, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You must bid over the double almost. The only time you don't bid over the double is if you've so many diamonds that you believe they're going to go
Down. Yeah.
go down. Spot on. Okay. All happy with that one?
Yeah.
Thomas, can I ask what do you mean by SOS?
SOS is when you double, that defines what the bid is, and it defines the intent of the bid. So SOS stands for shortage in opener suit, support for the other suits, and opening points are stronger. But that principle only applies the weaker you are. The more points you have, the less SOS you can apply. And the SOS is also to say, partner, you must take out this double. SOS. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Save our souls. Get me the hell out of here. Yeah.
Can I ask you something on that hand just before you leave it? In our case, the West bid 2 diamonds.
That's okay as well.
My partner bid double. I said pass, and I said 2 hearts.
Yeah.
Pass, 3 hearts. Should I have bid 4 hearts?
Yes,
there?
and why?
Because of the singleton?
Well, you don't just have 3 points, do you?
The singleton and the...
You have a singleton and a 5-card suit and a second 5-card suit, haven't you?
Mm.
So it's a little bit better, isn't it? 2 diamonds, double, pass, 2 hearts was perfect. That shows you could have no points. 0, nada, none. Pass, 3 hearts. That shows a very strong hand. That shows an absolute mountain. It shows what they have, by the way. Pass, and I think your hand is good enough now, because if we just do the even don't count the jack, right? Even don't count your jack as a point. Just count your 2 in the clubs. Give yourself 3 for the
Singleton.
and 1 extra for the
5.
Well, that gives you a 6, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about as good a hand as you could have for what you bid, isn't it?
Yeah.
A very good hand that was, whoever asked to discuss this. Excellent hand, really, because it does pinpoint what I'm asking us to think about. You don't always have to jump to the number of cards in the suit. Vulnerability, position, style, all has a part to play. When they make bids, we have to have clear understandings about what to do as defenders. Otherwise, we get a little bit lost, don't we? You might not have thought North could have as good a hand for this, but they must have as good a hand for this, because you might have nothing for bidding 2 hearts, because if East passes, you must SOS take out this double. All happy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's plow on. Any questions on number 4? Only if you have a problem or if something strikes you. Okay. A strong no trump by North. And I think you're going to invite to game or bid to game by South. Yeah, something like that. Or if you're playing a weak note trump, it'll go one of a major 1-note trump by South, pass, pass, pass. That'll be my 2 recommended auctions. Now, somebody wanted to look at number 5. He's picked good hands, by the way. So again, if you're playing strong note trump, we've seen an awful lot of strong note trumps, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it from a strong note trump point of view first, and then let's do it from a weak note trump, okay? Yep. So if it goes 1-note trump, if it goes strong note trump, the East hand is going to pass, and we look at the South hand. Now, there's 2 ways you can bid this hand. You can use either stayman, because you have a 5-card and a 4-card major, or you could use transfers. Either is acceptable. Now, if you bid stayman, you have to work out what to do if your partner bids 2 diamonds. They won't bid 2 diamonds on this hand, but you have to work out what to do. So if you bid stayman, 1 no trump, pass, 2 clubs, pass, and they bid 2 diamonds, what do you bid now?
2 spades.
That shows weakness.
2
spades.
hearts. Transfers.
2 spades.
No, you can't play
No, you can't do
transfers
transfer. No.
having already bid stayman.
Ready bid. Yeah.
No trump.
You can't bid 2 no
spades.
trump because you've enough for game.
Game.
Yeah, you can jump to 3 of your 5 card major.
Oh,
And that
right.
says you've got 5 spades and
4 hearts.
4 hearts.
Yeah.
And it offers partner a choice again, doesn't it?
Ah,
Now, if you had 5 hearts and 4 spades, then you would jump to
3 hearts.
3 hearts, okay? And that's using stayman. And the benefit of that is if your partner bids a major, which they do on this hand, you immediately find your fit without showing what you have. Do you see the benefit of that?
Yes.
So stayman and finding a fit actually conceals what the south hand has, making it more difficult potentially for them to be able to work out what to do. Now, the other way you could bid this hand, and it's acceptable to do either. It's not one way is right and one way is wrong. You can do either. You can talk about this as you develop your partnership, is to use transfers. I won't alert it because it won't come up, having already alerted up here as I'm in 4 seats, okay? But you should. You should type in the explanation. I don't think it'll come up. Oh, it did, sorry. 2 hearts, transfer to spades. Pass, 2 spades, pass, 3 hearts. That shows 5 spades, 4 hearts, and enough points for game. Therefore, and partners now in a position to be able to judge whether they want to look for slam or not, or investigate slam. So I'm not saying which approach is right. You can choose to use either approach. What some people do, by the way, is if they use a transfer, they're showing that their 5 card suit is bad in quality. And if they use stayman and then jump to 3 spades, they're showing that their 5 card spade suit is good. And that's what some people do to show the difference between the quality of your 5 card suit. Okay.
Could I ask,
Any questions? Yeah.
yes, could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ, that woman.
You were looking, you bid Stayman to get a 4 card major.
Correct.
So when you got the 4 card major,
I'd be looking for slam.
why did you change back?
Because I showed you the different way you could bid it if you played stayman or transfers.
Yeah.
There's 2 choices with which to bid.
Yeah, but if they show you they have hearts, why do you then go back to spades?
You don't.
Oh.
You don't. I said if the bidding went 1 no trump, 2 clubs, pass, and they bid 2 diamonds. Okay, Joyce, I have to mute you. There's a bit of feedback coming in. If there's feedback coming in from anybody, I have to mute you. If they bid 2 diamonds, which they wouldn't bid on this hand, they would bid 2 hearts because they've got hearts. And now I would be interested in looking for a
fit.
A slam.
Or a slam, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I might not make the slam, but I'd be interested in looking for the slam. Okay, because I've got 15 high card points and a singleton and a 5 card
Major.
side suit. We've got a fit in hearts.
Oh, they have a fit, yeah.
Okay, did anybody get the 6 hearts on this hand?
No, just bid 4.
Yeah, it's not a great contract, by the way. And why isn't it a great contract?
Well, you're missing the king.
And the jack and the 10. And you're missing 5 of them. And you're missing the queen of spades. Yeah. Wouldn't that queen of diamonds be much better being the queen of spades?
Yes.
Wouldn't that king of clubs be much better being the king of hearts?
Yeah.
Do you see? The points in the minors are actually wasted cards, aren't they? So if your partner as North had better quality in the majors, now slam can make, by the way. if you get, maybe you can't with the bad spade break. No, you can't make it with the bad spade break. Okay, but it's not a good contract. But you don't know that. You don't know that your partner's ace king of clubs and the king of diamonds. So again, if you didn't get the slam, good, but I'm just saying you might want to investigate it. Now, how can you investigate it over 2 heart? What would this bid mean? Is that forcing or invitational?
Invitational.
Yeah, so you can't bid that.
No.
Can you bid 4 hearts?
South, we did.
No.
Yeah, but that's, you see,
No.
if you bid,
Invitational.
if you know 4 hearts is it's just game going, isn't it?
Game.
No.
It's tricky. So if you're playing conventions, if you're playing splinters, you could bid 4 clubs as a splinter. And if you're not playing splinters, you have a terrible, awful bid with the south hand. Because honest to God, I know if I gave this to 100 experts and their partner opened the strong note trump, and they've got 15 points and they find a fit, they will be investigating slam. They might not get there, but they'll be investigating it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions on board number 5?
We played it in 6 spades, and we play weak no trump, just to say that.
Yeah, so you might have opened it a heart, your partner bid a spade and you supported spades, and that's why you get the spades. Did you make 6 spades?
We did, yeah.
We got a present.
You got a gift. I think you did, because if I put in the double dummy, I don't think it should make, okay?
Sorry, Thomas, can you just go back to that splinter? So if you bid 4 clubs, you're saying I've got a fit in hearts, an interest in slam, and a singleton in clubs. Yeah. What's the response?
Well, on this hand, I think the north hand should not be interested in slam, because what do they have in clubs?
Oh, yeah.
The king is wasted now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it should go 4 clubs, 4 hearts. And I'm not certain that this hand will pass again, but I'd like to think they might. If partner says, I've got a singleton club, and you're saying, I don't like that, it really should turn your partner off, shouldn't it?
But if they were interested in, say they were interested in,
well, then if they were interested, they'd either continue to cubid,
okay,
whatever they had, ace of clubs or ace of diamonds or ace of spades, or they could bid 4 no trump themselves.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? But if they're not interested, what do they have to go back to?
Hearts.
Very good. Okay. All happy?
Thomas, could you go through the weak no trump version of bidding?
Yeah, if the weak no trump version is, again, it's it might not go this way, but this is the way I would want it to go. Yeah, we're going to have to open at 1 heart. The lower of 2 4-card suits. Pass. Well, now if you're playing splinters, you could also bid a splinter, couldn't you? Over 1 heart as well. And it should go the same way as it went over Stayman, except we found the fit earlier. Now, so what I expect to happen at most tables is over 1 heart, people refuse to show the fit and they bid
on spade.
And over that, what should the next hand bid?
North.
Should bid 3 spades.
3 spades.
And now they end up going to slam, because now I don't think you'll be able to stop out a slam on this auction, almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have to push on, lads. So sorry, there's no problem. We've still a few boards that we want to discuss, 12 and 14 and the teaching one. Okay. Board number 6. I mean, it's nothing really. A weak no trump maybe, and a transfer. Yeah, I'd expect you maybe to end up in 2 spades by the east-west.
Yeah,
is that Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay, number 7. No, I mean, it might not happen. I'm just saying what I expect to happen most of the time. Now number 7 is the teaching hand. So I'm going to give you the bidding hand on this. 1 heart was opened. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pass by west. 1 spade by responder. And did every east bid 2 clubs?
They went to 3 clubs.
Okay. Now, it doesn't matter whether it goes 2 clubs or 3 clubs. What should happen next is as follows. Pass. Pass. Double. Showing that they have shortness in what suit?
In the clubs.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
Oh.
If you don't know how to make a penalty double when the opposition overcall, playing negative doubles, which we all should be playing, we pass, we wait for our partner to make a takeout double, which North must do if they're short in what suit?
Clubs.
And then we pass to convert that to penalties. Does that make sense?
Right.
Now, it works in a myriad of situations, and I've given you a very unusual situation, haven't I?
Yeah.
And nobody so far has got this hand right. Not one table out of 30 tables this week has got the penalty of clubs correct. How many should clubs go for? 1 million. What did you all end up in?
Well, the East ended up in 3 clubs, but the South hand doubled it rather than waiting for the North hand to double it.
But is that penalties? I wouldn't play the double by South as penalties.
It was for penalties.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Right.
Why does the South hand not bid the second time?
Because I want to penalise them. What score will I get for 2 clubs or 3 clubs doubled -3?
No. Why would my South hand pass over the clubs? Why
I've given you the answer. I want to penalise East, West in clubs. I want to penalise them. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Now, if I double, that's negative. That says I don't have clubs. So when I have clubs, what must I do?
Wait.
I pass, and if my partner doesn't have clubs, what do? They
double them.
And then I pass, converting their double into a penalty. Does that make sense? It's very unusual, and it's a part of negative doubles that everybody forgets. Everybody. Not one.
How would North see that? That I'm trying to do that.
Well, is North short in clubs?
Yes.
So what do?
Then they double, yeah.
That's it. That's all they have to look at. If East overcalled diamonds, they wouldn't on the hand, by the way. I'm just introducing another suit to show you. If East overcalled diamonds and the bidding went pass, is North short in diamonds?
No.
So what would they do?
Pass.
Yeah. If you're short in the suit they overcall, what must you do if you're a defender?
Double.
And if your partner has lots of their suit, what can they then do?
Pass.
Converting your double to a
penalty double.
Penalty. Now you might, if you're playing penalty, if you're playing penalty doubles, right? Then double is penalties. Telling your partner to do what? Pass. Okay, I don't mind what you do, but you have to be able to penalise your opposition. What did you all end up in on this board?
Well, it was up in clubs going down 3.
Right, so you got 300 points, didn't you?
Yeah.
As opposed to the 800 you would have got if you doubled.
Yeah.
I'd like to commend Derek.
Go ahead.
He doubled my 3 clubs, which was not good.
No, I wouldn't have been 3 clubs.
He got a very nice score. So.
Yeah. But why did you bid 3 clubs?
Because I felt liberated by doing it.
Okay.
2 clubs wasn't going to be a block of over one heart, 1 spade. 2 clubs.
But it's not a block. You don't want to make a block with this hand. You have a constructive hand. That's why I don't want 3 clubs to be bid. You've actually got a reasonable hand.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 clubs. If I didn't have the king of hearts, I'd be likely to bid 3 clubs. If I didn't have the queen of spades, I'd be likely to bid 3 clubs.
But my queen of diamonds is valued.
You have 11 high card going. You don't have 6 to 10. You have 11 high card.
Okay.
Now the only thing I'll say to you is in defense, the queen of diamonds isn't full value, is it?
No. It's nothing.
Singleton queens don't count as points. That's why I said it's 11. Now the only thing in your defense is you're opposite a past partner. Okay, that's the only thing. But again, look what happened by you thinking, well, I'll jam them up. What did they do? They got 1,100 or 800 off you, didn't they?
I was very generous to all my opponents today.
That's good.
But I'd like to say, Thomas, I have COVID, so I have a reason.
Keep well. Yes, Austin, keep well. Now, just
sorry, Thomas. Yeah. Thomas, I know you're trying to get through the hands, but
no. I'll push on. When time gets tight, I'll stop talking. Go on.
Just trying to understand the logic of South's passing that hand. So a natural rebid would have been 2 hearts, but you're saying, oh, I like penalising.
When they overcall, I change. What are we trying? I'll give you the logic behind it. What's our ultimate objective in bridge?
Points.
To achieve the biggest score. And by achieving the biggest score, we get the most match points on the board, don't we?
Yeah.
Now, when they overcall, you might be able to get them 1 off in 2 clubs. What's 1 off in 2 clubs doubled? 200. 200 is going to beat any part score you can get, isn't it?
Mm.
So sometimes when the opponents step out of line, and it's not that Southeast made a bad bid, it's that the way the cards are divided means it looks like it's a bad bid. It's perfectly normal, perfectly standard. But if we're not able to catch them, we're missing a trick, aren't we? Sometimes you can get the best score by doubling them, can't you? By penalizing them. So it has to be part of our repertoire. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, it might not work out this way. It might not go past double. Your partner might not have shortness in clubs. But if they do double, you know you can now convert that double into a
penalty double.
But you only do it if you've good cards in their suit, and good cards outside as well. Everybody happy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really something you need to focus on, negative doubles. How do we penalize our opposition when we've got their suit? Now, one little caveat, what you're not allowed to do is this. So 2 clubs comes in and you go, oh, hezzo. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I think I'll double. Oh, no, I won't. And you take an awful long time before you
make a choice.
Well, you've just given partner unauthorized information. What must you do as soon as they bid 2 clubs? Pass as nonchalantly as you can, as if you haven't got a care in the world. And then when your partner makes their double, which they should do if they're a good partner, then you pass again. And now suddenly East will have the pain in the pit of their tummy, won't they? Things are going to go badly, aren't they? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, and that's how you penalize them in negative doubles. You pass smoothly, hope your partner reopens if they're short, and then you pass, and then hopefully you've got them. Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's plow on. Now, number 8. If there's no questions, I'm going to move until we get to a hand where we've a question, because we've still 2 more boards which we want to have a good discussion on.
That was played in 4 hearts.
Very good. I like that. 1, 2. And again, it should make, shouldn't it?
It did, yeah.
Because the finesse is on side, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember earlier on, the finesse failed. And
yes.
We didn't make it. This time, the finesse. You see, we have to remember when the finesses are successful as much as when they're unsuccessful, yeah?
Yes.
So you gain on the swings and you lose on the
roundabouts. Yeah.
Okay, everyone happy with that hand?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, number 9. So
that was played by West.
And what did we all get? 4 spades?
4 spades plus 1.
4 spades plus 2.
Plus 2. It's plus 2 is working out, picking up the diamond, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, it's guessing what way to play the diamond suit. Now, the right way to play the diamond suit is always to lead the low one from length towards the shortness. And that works on this hand, doesn't it? If you lead a small one to the king, you're going to lose to the singleton ace, and south is going to get the jack, aren't they?
Yeah.
But if you lead the 6, which is the right way to play this suit, by the way, always keep the king 10 for as long as you can, the finesse position. If you lead the 6, what must south play?
Yes.
And it's the only one you lose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And over a strong no trump, you're probably just going to transfer to spades and then jump to 4 spades. Yeah?
Yep.
All right, good hand, good hand. Number 10.
No trump on that in West seat.
And how did you get on?
We East open 1 heart. I went in West 1 spade, East no trump, West 3 diamond, East 4 spade, West 4 no trump, East 5 spade, and then I left it in 5.
Okay, and how many did you make?
5 plus, anyway.
Plus 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's tricky. You needed to be prepared for the answers.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's I'm not saying you should be there because it's a bit of a lucky make, but it's the shape of that hand is what makes it, isn't it? 6-5 come alive. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
7-4 shut the door. I made that up myself, by the way. That's a joke. But 6-5 come alive because the shape of the hand is so powerful, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, number 10. Any questions?
Yeah, that was an east-west hand.
Did they get to 4 spades?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. Okay, I'm going to push on, folks, and then we won't be under pressure if people want to ask a question. Number 11. Any questions?
Yes.
That was played in. We played it in 2 north, 2 spades, but went down. Oh no, made it. But
okay, and what about everybody else?
1 no trump doubled, 3 doubled.
By who?
+1, but
East, West played it and North doubled.
Now, this is we should have a discussion about this. If the south hand passes, if the south hand passes and East opens the bidding with a weak no trump, which many people play, the north hand might start off by making a penalty double, and you need to have a rescue. You need to be able to show different types of hand if they penalize your no trump, 1 no trump. And that could equally apply to a strong no trump, although a lot of people don't play penalty doubles over a strong no trump. What does East need to be able to do on this hand?
Take over, take the 1
they need to be able to show that they've more than one place to play. Does that make sense?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the way you can do this, and this is the way I would play it. It's very simple. It's the easiest way you can play it. Redouble, you don't have that on this hand. Redouble says, partner, I've got a long suit of my own. It could either be clubs or diamonds or hearts or spades. So what must West bid?
Something.
Clubs.
Yeah.
And if East has clubs, what will they do?
Pass.
If East has diamonds, what will they do?
Pass.
Oh,
No.
Go to hearts.
They'll bid their diamonds if East has diamonds. If East has hearts, what will they bid?
Hearts.
If East has spades, what will they bid?
Spades. But if
So
they
read,
both...
no. Listen to. I'm not saying what they have in their hand.
Oh yeah.
Listen to what I've said. Redouble announces that East has a long suit of their own. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, East doesn't have that hand, does they?
No.
So they can't redouble. But East has a hand where they've two suits, haven't they? In fact, they've 3 suits. So in this situation, East would bid 2 clubs, which says, I've got clubs and another suit. Does that make sense? It could either be clubs and diamonds, or clubs and hearts, or clubs and spades. Now, what suit does your partner like? Do they like clubs?
Yeah.
So they found a fit, haven't we?
Yeah.
Happy days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if they didn't like clubs, what would they do?
Bid their hearts.
No. They bid their next suit that they like, which is, remember, they don't have 4 clubs. So we'll imagine that they have 4 diamonds. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
They'll bid their diamonds, and you don't like your diamonds. So what will you do?
Hearts.
And now what will they get? Sorry.
4.
No, hold on. Sorry. Pass. You'll bid your hearts, and then they will, because they found the fit. Do you see the point?
Yeah.
So if you're playing a weak no trump, you have to have a mechanism to be able to show a bad hand with a single suit. We use the redouble for that. And then you bid the suit. If you've got 2 suits, you bid the lower of your 2 suits. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
And you're trying to always find a fit. Happy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Lovely board. Okay, let's push on to 12.
Can I just ask there, just before you leave it?
Yeah, quickly, go ahead.
Is it only because that North doubled that 2 clubs does not is not Stayman?
Yes. Stayman and transfers are not applicable after an interference of a 1-no trump opening bid.
Thank you. Yeah.
Stayman and transfers are not applicable. Absolutely. Because your priorities are different. When the bidding goes 1-no trump double, now you just want to try to find somewhere safe, don't you?
Yeah.
Particularly when you've 2 points and your partner has 12 to 14. You know they're stacked against you, don't you?
Yeah.
It becomes quite difficult, doesn't it?
Very much.
Okay.
Well, can you agree with your partner that it's systems on or systems off?
You can, but you shouldn't. It's not most people have a rescue over 1-no trump double penalties. Most people don't play Stayman and transfers. They play some sort of rescue. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can agree to have it on. I'm just telling you what most people do. And by most people, I mean most people at a high level of experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No trouble at all.
Sorry, can I just ask there?
Go ahead.
With the North is 17 points, would it be legitimate for them to come back 2 spades?
After what? If they opened 1-no trump, I'd want to penalise them before I bid 2 spades. Again, penalties might achieve a greater score than bidding.
You get one of their sourdough loaves as well, please.
Than bidding 2 spades, yeah?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, okay.
I'm not saying you won't always want to do it. I'm just saying sometimes we want to penalise the opposition, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, number 12, people wanted to ask a question. So again, this is a weak no trump if you're opening it, or a diamond if you're playing 5-card majors, and a strong no trump. No matter what they open, this is a tricky hand as well. If they open 1-no trump, you're in the same situation. You've got 5, 7, you've got 18 high card points. But what do you not like about the North hand?
King of Hearts.
Singles and kings aren't worth the paper they're printed on. You may as well turn it over and imagine you don't have it. Yeah? Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
So I'd be looking at this hand and I'd be saying I have a very, very, very good 15 count. I have the best 15 count I could possibly have. The King of Hearts isn't coming into the equation. I've got a very good 15 count because I have 15 working high card points. The King of Diamonds is likely to be working. The Ace and the Jack of Clubs and the Ace, Queen, Jack of Spades. And I'm 5-5. So I have a hand which is a full value 17 count. And I still might, even though as a principle it's not fabulous to do this, I still might double on this hand with 17 points. I still might do it. And again, if you do double on this hand, East has to be able to find a rescue if they have it. Yeah, on this hand, I'd bid diamonds, showing diamonds on a higher suit. And I'd expect to play there. But I'd expect North to continue to bid. Yeah. So what did you end up in on this board, everybody?
3 spades.
3 spades. +1. So we wanted to be in game, didn't we?
Yep.
It shows the value of the fit, folks, doesn't it? Even without that King of Hearts in your hand, right? You can still make game on this hand, can't you? Or you might make game on this hand. It's not certain you should make game, by the way. Let's just have a look at it for a second. Pass, pass, pass. Let's just for a second do the double dummy analysis. What does it say you should only make in spades, bar they lead a club?
5.
9 tricks is all you should make.
9.
Yeah. You should lose 2 club tricks, shouldn't you?
Yes.
King and queen. They're both offside, aren't they?
They are, yes.
You should lose 1 diamond trick, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
And you should lose the ace of hearts, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Now, you might lead the king of clubs. I wouldn't. I'd be leading the jack of hearts every day of the week and twice on Sundays. That's what I'd be doing. Jack of hearts small, and then I'd be playing the ace. And then I'd go, oh, I'm glad I played the ace. Wasn't I lucky? Well, I knew my partner is unlikely to have the king of hearts. And if the declarer has it, the only time I can catch it is if it's singleton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, all happy with 12?
Yep.
Okay.
Thomas, sorry,
Yes.
just on the bidding from North's point of view, and from South's point of view, like when he comes in 2 spades, the overcall, is there any reason I might think about
No.
3?
No.
Okay, fine.
If the bidding goes 1 no trump 2, that's why the double might be a better bid.
But
Because
you see
then,
what happens
but then if he doubles and then bids spades, you know they've a stronger hand, don't you?
But they went to 3 diamonds and we left them in it. They went to 3 diamonds.
Yeah, I can see that you're 4-3-3 with 3 points.
Yeah.
2 spades doesn't promise as good a hand as the hand they have, does it? Necessarily.
Right, yeah.
Double promises a strong hand over 1 no trump, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So if they double and bid spades, does that convey the strength of the hand better than bidding spades?
To me, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just all I'm saying. If you didn't get to 3 spades when your partner bid 2 spades, I've sympathy for you. I can understand that. But I can equally understand the 2 spade bid from North. I don't want to be critical or hypercritical or give out. I'm trying to give you a flavor, yeah? And we always go wrong. I can give you board after board where I go wrong. Okay, I have to push on, lads. Number 13, any questions? Wild hand, isn't it?
Can you go through the bidding? Because this caused us a lot of problems.
Well, I mean, it will. Why? It's going to cause me a lot of problems even thinking about the bloody thing, looking at it. Like, I mean, if you think I have any easier than you, we don't. I'll go through it as quick as I can. Pass 1 club. I don't see why I would do anything else. 4 and 4. I pass with this. 1 diamond. Pass 1 spade. That's forcing, by the way. Pass 2 diamonds. Pass. I hate that. Now, I've got 10, 16 high card points. I'm just going to bid 3 clubs. And if my partner's worth their salt, what are they going to do? Yeah. And it doesn't go well for me, does it?
No, you go down.
I go down a lot, by the way. I lose 3 club tricks. I lose 2 hearts is 5, and I must lose a spade is 6. But that's what I expect to happen. Bar my defenders do something like give me a gift and lead a diamond. Now I'll get rid of me losers and I can finesse the spade, can't I?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not unreasonable. What happened to you on this board?
I didn't pass and went 3 spade in West over the play club.
Over 3. Well, you see, you're getting 2. That's the problem, isn't it?
Mm.
Now you're ending up even higher again, aren't you?
Yeah.
How did 3 spades go for you?
-2.
Well, it's the same as 3 clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, I just figured with no clubs, no support at all for clubs that
you might have been right, by the way. You absolutely might have been right. 3 spades could have been the absolute perfect bid to make, but it could equally have been a disaster, couldn't it? So it's like you're taking a little gamble, aren't you? And again, sometimes we have to do this in bridge, don't we? We've no choice in bridge but to do this. Okay, can I push on?
You can.
Very well done. Very well done. Now 14. Somebody wanted to discuss this, so I'll go through it. 7 and 4 is 11. 14 points. It's a weak no trump if you're playing weak no trump. Just let me double check. That's 7 and 4. Yeah. And if you're playing strong no trump, you'll open it a club if you're playing 5-card majors, or a heart if you're playing 4-card suits. So over a weak no trump, let's discuss that first. Pass. Well, we've got a transfer, 2 diamonds. I'm not alerting just to save time. Pass. Some people play breaks of transfers, that with a good hand, you can break the transfer. If you don't, you just complete the transfer. Pass. And now I bid my second suit, showing 5 hearts, 4 diamonds, and enough points for game. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And over that, I bid 3 hearts as a slam try. And over that, if North bids, it makes a slam try, if West Q bids, I won't show that I have a control. And what will we show weakness in?
Diamonds.
And therefore, we should stop at the 4 level. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Now, if you're opening it a strong no trump, the bidding should go a club if you're playing 5-card majors. One club, pass, 1 heart, pass, 2 hearts. Yeah?
Yep.
And now you, again, if you're playing splinters, which I would encourage everybody to learn if you haven't ever learned, you can bid 3 spades showing a splinter. And that should slow your partner down, because how many points do they have in spades?
7.
And the more they have in the suit you're short in, the worse their hand becomes. That king of spades would be better being the king of diamonds, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. That ace and king of spades would be better being the ace and king of diamonds, wouldn't it?
Why?
Because you've no wasted values. You don't need the king of spades. After the ace of spades is gone, what can you do with all of your spades? Rough them, can't you?
Rough, yeah.
So the king is surplus to requirements. The more points you have in the suit your partner has a singleton in, the worse your hand becomes, because you'd rather have those points in other suits. Okay, happy?
Yep.
Okay, the penultimate board. Again, it's a pass. Would be passing this hand unless I hadn't bid all day. Then I might decide to open it. I'm feeling frisky, but generally I pass with bad 11s. North again might decide to do something third in hand. Now this is the situation where I don't mind if you choose to be aggressive. Only third in hand. Yeah. So what did you do on this board? Yeah. Opening this hand third in hand, by the way, isn't bonkers, lads. It's not crazy. Because what has your partner already done? So who's more likely to have the good hand?
East.
The opposition.
East,
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you do it as of every time. But I'm saying sometimes third in hand, you can decide, God, I'll be a little bit aggressive. Hopefully put the person on your left under pressure. When we come back to face bridge, if you look at your left-hand opponent and they're still counting their points, it might be a good time to do it, yeah? So if their lips are still moving and they're going 4 and 3 is 7 and 4 is 11 and 4 is 5, well, then you might decide to do it, okay? But it's again, yeah, I would. I'm telling you honestly, I'd open this 1 spade third in hand, because the quality of the suit is so good. And I wouldn't care that I've 9 points because I'm third in hand. Yeah. Okay. Anyone, any questions on this? What did you get to?
No trump east west.
I'd like to get to hearts if I could with east west.
Yes.
I'd like to get to 3 hearts if possible. Yeah?
We did.
Yeah. Now 4 hearts again isn't a bad contract, but 3 hearts is all that makes, isn't it? On the button, I think it makes, doesn't it?
Right. That's right.
So excellently done if we got to 2 or 3 hearts on this board. That's great bidding. If you get to 2 no trump, I can understand it. Maybe the West hand didn't bid stayman. Well, yeah.
One spade takes out the heart bid, doesn't it?
Well, in what way?
Well,
if the bidding goes past, yes, it does. If they bid, if they open one spade, you create awful pressure for them, don't you?
For East, yeah.
One spade makes it really hard for East West to be able to get to this hand. Doesn't
They
it?
don't. They can't.
They got into 3 hearts.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm saying to you, and I'm not saying you'll always come up smelling of roses. Management accepts no responsibility. Is that clear? Yeah. Now for the last board. Any questions? And we got a good bit of work done there on boards that you wanted me to go through. And that's what I want you to do. The bad boards, the boards you are struggling on, not the good ones. Have a beer and discuss over the good ones, yeah? Any questions on this? I'll just go through it quickly. Pass, pass. Again, we have a third in hand opening, which even if I didn't have those 2 jacks, what would I be doing with this hand? Opening it. Yeah, third in hand. Even if I didn't have the jacks, I'd be opening it. Now, what does the south hand just about have a good enough thing to do? It's tight, by the way, because the quality of the suit. But I've king, queen, 10, haven't I? And I've 5 of them. And I hate passing. I'm a bidder, not a passer, lover, not a fighter, yeah? So 2 clubs would be my preferred choice. On this, what will this hand do next?
2 diamonds?
I'd pass, probably.
Pass.
Yeah. I don't have 4 hearts. I don't really have 10 points. I'm not happy about it either, by the way, but I think I would just pass. Yeah? The next hand passes, and we come to...
2 hearts here.
They have a choice.
Yeah.
They could double because they're short in
clubs.
Couldn't they?
Clubs. Yeah.
They could double because they're short in clubs. But if they don't have a full value opening bid, they could equally bid their
hearts.
And then you'll go back to
spades. No.
And that's where you'll play, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that where you got to on this board?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, it might go something like this just for a second. They might double, and then it goes pass. Now, that's not a good enough suit to pass, is it?
No.
So this hand will now bid diamonds, hoping that their partner has diamonds. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And over that, they'll go back to
hearts.
And now we go back to
hearts.
And you end up in the same spot. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So negative doubles, that's a negative double. Well, as soon as West passes and East has shortness in clubs, what are they allowed to do?
Double, yeah.
And if
double.
West had a penalty, what could they do over the double?
Oh, really?
Pass. That's a similar, doesn't that feel similar to the earlier hand?
The other one, yes.
Yeah. So it comes up, folks.
How many points would West want to turn?
They want to have good clubs. So imagine they had ace, queen, 10, smaller clubs.
Okay.
They need to be stacked in clubs to make a penalty pass. And they need to be good as well, yeah? Because by doing it, you're telegraphing to your opponent, I've got loads of clubs, yeah. All right, all happy?
Yep.
Okay, very good, folks. Delighted with that.
Can I just say,
sorry, Thomas.
Thomas, we were left